All right, everybody, let's do this. This video is on altitudes and medians. Now, an altitude is a segment from a vertex that is perpendicular to the opposite side. So if we look at AL, it comes from vertex A, goes to L, and it would make a 90-degree angle right there. A median is a segment from a vertex to a midpoint of the opposite side, which means in BP, it cuts that side AC in half. Okay? So there's a couple things we can do with this. We could solve some algebra problems, and we can write some equations of lines. So in the first one, it says AC is an altitude. So an altitude just makes 90-degree angles. It does not cut sides in half. That's what a median does. So these two are just there to distract you. For this problem, all you have to do is set 4x plus 10 equal to 90 degrees, which means 4x is equal to 80, which means x is equal to 20, and you're good to go. In the next example, AB is a median. The only thing a median does is cut a side in half. It's not like a perpendicular bisector where it does both. So in this problem, that guy is gone. So which side got cut in half? Well, it would be this side over here. So these two are also distractors, but you need them. To solve this, all you need to do is set these two pieces equal. So 3x minus 6 is equal to 2x plus 4. Add your 6, subtract your 2x, and x is equal to 10. But now it's asking you for the perimeter. So even though these weren't needed to solve x, you still need them to find the perimeter. So after you know that x is equal to 10, you just substitute it back in. So this is 2x. So that's going to give you 20. This is x plus 5, which is going to give you 15. And this is over here is going to give you 24. And this is 24. So to find your perimeter, all you have to do is add everything up. So 24 and 24 is 48, plus 20 is 68, plus 15 would be 83. So your perimeter of this triangle is 83. And there you go. Last thing we're going to talk about is writing equations of a median and an altitude. So to do that, you need to know what each one of them is. So first we're going to talk about the median. It starts at C and it finishes at M. Now M is the midpoint of the opposite side. So we know that's M. We don't know the slope. Medians are not perpendicular to anything, so we cannot use perpendicular slopes of the side AB. But we do know that M is your midpoint. So you just have to find the midpoint of AB. So remember, the midpoint formula is add the x's. 6 plus 2 is 8. Divide by 2 and you have 4. And 10 plus 2 is 12. Divided by 2 is 6. So your midpoint is at 4, 6. Now you know your 2 points. So this just goes back to writing equations of lines where you have to find the slope of these two. So you have 6 minus 4 over 4 minus 8. That'll give you a slope of negative 2/4, which is equal to a negative 1/2. Now, medians don't have anything to do with perpendicular or any of that fancy stuff. So now all you have to do is pick a point and write it in point slope form. So y minus 6 is equal to the slope of a negative 1/2 times x minus 4. And I used point M with that. You could also use point C if you want to and have y minus 4 and x minus 8. It will give you the exact same answer once it was simplified into slope-intercept form. Okay? So that's how you work with a median. To work with an altitude, we're going to drop altitude AL. Problem is we do not know the coordinates of L because L is not necessarily a midpoint because altitudes do not cut sides in half, but they do make 90-degree angles. So this time we have to take a different approach. If we want to know the slope of line AL, we need to know the slope of BC because BC is going to be perpendicular to it because that's what altitudes are. They are perpendicular to the side they're going to. So the first thing we need to do is find the slope of BC. So your slope would just be 4 minus 2 over 8 minus 2, which would give you 2 over 6, which is 1/3. Now that's the slope of BC. We need the slope of AL, which is perpendicular, so the slope of AL is going to be a -3 because perpendicular slopes are opposite reciprocals. Now we know the slope. We still know the point. We can just use point A. We only have one option this time because that's where the altitude is coming from. So now all you have to do here is y minus 10 is equal to your perpendicular slope, -3, times x minus 6, and that's it. You are good to go. All right, so that's medians and altitudes. Algebra problems, writing equations, just remember the difference between which one is which, and you should be good to go. This is Longo, and I'm out. See you, bye.